chats is private and paid, right? Petty didn't
Mm-hmm.
make this one paid. He didn't close this one. It's public on purpose. And there's like 300 and something people in there. And we were just discussing, like, before you even come in here, maybe right before, you might even caught some of it. Like, how do we get some of these accounts that we don't know who they are out of there? Like some of the dormant accounts that are just in there that doesn't interact whatsoever or anything like that. Because, like, why are they in there if they don't interact, they don't speak, they don't do anything, but they're just in there? Why are they in there? They don't participate, they don't add to conversation.
I agree. There
Why?
has to be like some type of admin setting. But I also want to ask you, Jennifer, and also Scratch and Sniff. No, sorry, that's not your name. I just thought that was funny. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
No,
Snatchiana.
that was a good one.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm just used to being in the mess and I just be quick with it.
No, you
I'm
good. I'm
sorry.
here with you. I'm here
Um,
with you.
so I wanted to ask y'all, and I did ask Pastor Petty. The first question was, did y'all feel whenever the story time was happening that he was talking about a specific TikTok user?
Honestly, I wasn't on that particular live. I wasn't even in the live, but I was in the Patron chat. And when I got finished doing what I was doing for the day, I came into the live and said, "Petty, they said you was talking about. They said you was talking about some silverback, some gorillas." And I said, "Who was you talking about?" He was like, "I ain't saying no names. I ain't put no names on it. I was just telling a story." I was like, "Oh, okay," and we moved on because so I don't know. Yeah, it was a story. Petty tells random stories all the time, honestly.
That's what
When
I was
he
So
about
it's
to
like a
say.
common thing around here.
Yeah, when he
Yeah.
tells those random stories, does it usually refer to somebody, or is it kind of like he kind of makes up
So
things just
Petty has
because?
like he said, he has a walnut brain. So half the time we be here confused too. So
Let me
they
tell
be
you a
random
story.
stories.
Hippie, let me tell you a story. Can I tell you a story, Hippie?
Because you like to dance. Let me get my second question out first. You like to skate quick. The second one was, if y'all didn't think specifically that he was talking about a specific TikTok user, did anyone at the time of the story or in the Patreon feel that he could have been referring to an African American person? That's for Jennifer and Snatchiana.
Oh, well, no, because he said they said something about an albino silverback too. So I don't know who he was talking about, honestly.
No, well, my whole thing is, could that not, like, several people? Like, I wasn't here that day at all, but, like, I got grilled on this, like, earlier, like last. Did you see that, Hippie, this past weekend?
No, I didn't see that this weekend. I was just on
Okay.
$2 panel today.
Oh, okay.
The people downstairs are saying no, no. Yeah, I'll read the comments for sure. I'm on Messy Time.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
saying no,
don't,
no.
I don't, I don't
I'm good.
believe so. And like,
Got you.
and like I said, if you would listen to some of Petty's stories, you wouldn't know which way to turn because they be out there.
So when y'all saw the reaction of, because I'm talking to the people downstairs too, because I see a lot of no's and why would we think that? I don't know, honey, because I just saw the reaction first. Then I heard Petty's story. So my question is, when y'all saw the reaction, did you think that it was a little overdone?
What, his story or
No,
the
the reaction
reaction?
to his story where someone was emotional. There
I do.
were
I
seems like it
do.
was tears, and they felt that not only Pastor Petty was wrong, but basically Pastor Petty opened the door for YT men to be able to um, dog them in that way. I'm quoting here.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer both of those questions. Like I do
Hmm.
feel like it was overboard because I came into when I found out that somebody got offended by it, I came in here and was like, "What? Like why?" Because I was confused. Like, why is she offended for it? For one, but for two, I don't even to open the door for YT men. When I tell you, Hippie, if you go down like who's here on a consistent basis, there's no YT men in like really YT men in here. We have Andrew. Andrew's not in Patron. Um, we have Aiden. That's it. And Aiden wouldn't do anything like that. But we really, it's not many. For one, it's not many men on in our congregation anyway. It's about probably five of them.
It's
And
6 because I'm here now. I'm not a
6,
part of the
see?
church, but I guess I'm one of
And
them aliens y'all was asking about insurance for.
listen, and out of the 6, only probably 2, 3 of them is white. So, and then
Mm-hmm.
and then out of those 3 YT men, only one of them is in the Patreon. So it's like, for one, I feel offended because it's like they're trying to think that the black women over here will even allow him. You know what I mean? So because if
Yeah.
he's calling another black woman a silverback, then he's referring to me being a silverback too. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
saying we're okay with him calling us silverbacks. Literally, I thought it was a story. Crazy thing you saying that, AP, because Petty ate a salad too today. But yeah, so it's like, we like, that's offensive to us too, because it's like, oh, y'all just thinking we're allowing him to sit here and call people black women,
Mm-hmm.
target
That is
black women
true.
silverbacks.
Yeah,
Can
and
I add
target
one
them in
thing?
general.
Can
So
I
it
add
sounds
one
like,
thing?
sure,
Hippie,
go
one
ahead,
thing
Pastor.
that I just wanted to add one thing in there. They put monkey pictures on my kids and showed them. They do that often.
Who is they?
The person you were talking about that was crying.
And monkey pictures on your kids, as in like kind of how poly memes do, where the bottom is a monkey and then they put your kid's face up there.
No, they cover my kids' faces with monkey pictures.
Well, that's interesting because I recall a group of people saying that they don't talk about kids. And would you consider that talking about kids?
Okay, Hippie, if I may please intercept, I want you to know that this whole thing
Intercept?
started
Okay.
almost a year ago because of them talking about Petty's kids.
Mm,
That is
that
how
is
all
interesting.
of this, it is just transpired and escalated and grown from there. But in the fall of last year, this whole thing started because of them going after Petty's kids.
Okay, I like that, petty parole officer. Now, don't lock me up, sister, but I do want to ask while we're here, though. It sounds like Snatchiana was basically saying, say, for example, me and Snatchiana got into an argument. Then she over here on petty panel talking about big back people, and then I shoot up to the panel and say, "Now I'm sick of you talking about big backs. I know you're talking about me." Is it one of those things where she was just having the conversation and I came up because I assumed just because of the beef? But she never really said my name or was talking about me. Is that what y'all
I
implying?
would say 50-50. One, perhaps being hypersensitive, but two, if it can be manipulated to fit a narrative that you are being pushed or funded to put out there to to expand the listening audience, then it would be very easily manipulated. And I absolutely do feel like that's the case here
Yeah,
under
for
this
sure.
certain situation. And before I mute to go get my kiddos, I can promise you that as a YT mama, the word YT, any racial is not even allowed in my home. I have kids of every color that live here. And if Petty in any way, shape, or form said something negative in regards or directed of a race, I would not be here. I would not be a mod, and we would not be friends because I do not keep company like that. We treat each
Oh, I
other
like
based on
that.
character and not color.
Yeah, I like that. That is a good stance to have, and I agree with you on that. The only time I would come around him if he did that was to troll him or to get on his ASS. Um, I will ask. This is probably the last question that I have in reference to that in general, because we did talk about it this morning. I would love if Petty sent me. Well, maybe I'll go through that YouTube rabbit hole of some of the receipts of them talking about your kids or the things you talked about during that time. I know you have folders, but also, I do think that in general, this seems like a petty war, and somebody just so happened to thought that a random story was based on what y'all said. A random story was about them because y'all were already engaged in petty war or a cold war, if you will.
But Hippie, I do say people's names.
You say people name when?
Like if I'm talking about somebody, like
Oh yeah.
I will say people's names directly when something is about them. Like
That is true. I've heard you say that before, but I mean, in this case, initially, and I told you that already. Initially, I thought you was doing a 1-2 step, and you was basically trying to go around it intentionally and also be funny about it. But I have heard you say people's names in the past. Meaning, what was said regarding his children? I don't know. Peace. You say like half things or something. I get confused. It's like I don't know. My brain don't. You must be used to talking to Petty. My brain works like in straight lines. So it's like you say like a half a thing in the comment, then say another half a thing, another comment. Now I'll be like, wait, what do you mean? I get confused. I'm sorry. Just say it over, okay? I'm not upset with you. I'm just saying like, help me understand, friend. I don't understand. I'm not ignoring you. I just don't understand what's happening. And yes, y'all are all welcome in my lives. I just don't welcome capital R's, but anybody else is definitely welcome. You know, my Uncle Monkey is one of my favorite YT people, and his name is Monkey, so you already know how you get down.
And Hippie, I'm gonna throw that out there too. When you said something about regarding to it being a war, I don't
Yeah,
too much
Carrie.
even want to call it a war,
Oh yeah.
because I think they went back and forth one day. And after that, like we don't speak on it. But every day it's like it's being spoke on. The Patron app being spoke on. The what Petty does in his live, what Petty has done in his past. Like every day it's a lie being held about him. I've been told, shit, I'm about to be a mistress to this man. Like it's a lot.
Yeah. But that is a messy talk way. I know you say you try to stay out of messy talk, but that is the way. If you even breathe in my direction, then I gotta bring it back up. Well, Snatchiana up there about to be his wife, his second wife. Like
And
that's
you
just
know
the
what? That's
shit we
cool.
do. That ain't.
I played with
That'll
it.
make it true. You know what I'm saying?
Last week I had a hands what's them called? You have you seen Handmaid's Tales? I had a whole Handmaid's Tale little outfit on because that's what whatever. But I'm cool with all that. But for you to go and make it seem like, oh my God, he's targeting black women and he's letting all those YT folks talk about black women. He has a lot of
Yeah.
black women over here, and we definitely wouldn't allow that.
I mean, I do think that that's good to hear too, as a rebuttal, just because that wasn't included. I do want to also say to the people downstairs, according to Pastor Patty, there was no E to G conversation. And then people were asking me about like court documents and all that great stuff. I'm on Messy Talk. It goes to hell quite often. There's always some type of court document, somebody trying to expose somebody. So I'm not surprised by any of those things at all. And if you say it's true, then I mean, I probably believe you nine
I
times out
mean,
of 10, just because it happens
Hippie, I
daily,
even went
weekly.
back. I went back and listened several times. I literally say A to Z. Now, on a different occasion, on a whole different day, there is a E to G comment that is not with
No, Carrie, I see you down there.
without. There is no gorilla primate story. It's a whole different day. It wasn't that day. It wasn't Tuesday Madness. It was not.
And I do have a point because you had asked a question a while ago, Hippie,
Okay.
and I was doing something, so I didn't get to answer. You had said something about like the emotion that came yesterday in Manny's live from the video. The
Yeah,
the
the video that was played before Pastor came up, there
right,
was a
the
lot of
emotion from the person. The
emotion. Yeah.
right. Well, that story time was old, and like where was that emotion when there was ranting and raving going on that platform? There was not that type of emotion.
They always renting their Raven, but how old is old? They was renting it thanks to
No,
Pastor
but you
Petty.
understand
They
what I'm
was
saying, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
like,
do agree with you, but first question, well, statement first. Thanks to Pastor Petty, they was ranting and raving on $2 today. She had to go blow for blow with them, but that's just because she had him on her panel. And then the question that I have is, how old is old? Was it like last week or the week before last? I'm just trying to figure out the timeline because we don't know either. Manny just played the clip and then
It was
it just went
Tuesday of
from there.
last week.
Tuesday of last week, and then the response was what, like Saturday? I'm assuming, like
No,
Friday or Saturday. Her
whose
response was like
response?
Friday.
Oh, she responded to it the next day, I think.
Oh, I see. He did say it
Yeah.
was just brought to the newsroom attention, so maybe he just got a hold of it. And she is a mod over there, so I don't know if maybe somebody in her camp or if she sent it to him to kind of be reviewed at some time.
But Hippie, y'all dropped me.
No, she brought it.
But Hippie, you know y'all let her drop me before I could show those AI videos of gorillas.
Wait a minute. First of all, you zoomed in on one video, so I was telling them to turn your camera off, and y'all didn't let them drop you because it was my panel. She asked Manny, "Can I drop him now?" several times, and then Manny said, "Okay, go ahead." As in, she is a moderator over there. She asked for permission. He said yes. But the way that Manny live work is basically like a strike. So you get dropped, but you can come back and they didn't block you out live or anything like that. And I didn't have nothing to do with that. I just asked for your camera to be turned off until she was done talking.
But why couldn't I show proof? Like, I even had to come over here and show proof. Like, there are literally AI videos of gorillas.
Yeah, but the answer to why is because we're on Messy Talk. And she's talking,